Going to start off this week with a massive congratulations to a very good friend of the show. History maker, icon.
Yep.
Just absolute visionary.
Yep.
And now the first ever female to win the Super Bowl. Congratulations to Taylor Swift on winning the Super Bowl.
On winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the game?
I didn't, no.
You didn't? You didn't see Usher's performance?
No.
Oh, Usher was performing at the halftime show.
Just him? Or was it?
Mate, you didn't ask the question back. I didn't watch it. It's weird. Usually after that episode we did about how to make every ball you bowl
a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a year ago.
A year ago.
That was the last Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Usually when the Super Bowl's done, it's now we can go back to not actually giving a shit about the NFL.
Correct.
But now it hasn't really been that because of the coverage on Taylor Swift. There's a lot of memes of, I was about to ask if you've seen, you wouldn't have seen them.
No.
About how she's using a private jet.
To get into the Super Bowl.
I'll tell you what, we'll play the intro now, and while it's playing, I'll show Ashwin some of the memes, and we'll get his thoughts on the other side of this. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward, the second lot of our fortnightly chapters. That went better in my head. But before we go any further, you've now seen a few of those Taylor Swift memes.
Yes.
Thoughts? Right. Is she hard done by because a lot of celebrities do it? Is it funny? Is it... Be careful what you say because you're going to have a lot of Swifties coming after you if you say the wrong thing.
Correct. And I'm a pretty... I'd say... I wouldn't call myself a massive Taylor Swift fan, but I like Taylor Swift's music.
Yeah.
We both do, actually.
Yes, yes. I was saying this to Tash the other day. Quite like Taylor Swift's music, don't like her fans.
Ah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Very, very, very different conversations there.
Yeah.
Very different conversations.
Yeah. But, no, good quality memes. Maybe we should do this at the start of every show, because I clearly am not up to date with memes in general.
Yeah. Just a fortnightly wrap on socials.
Whatever's really funny at the moment. Whatever's lighting it up.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting better at socials though.
Yeah, on Insta.
Yeah. Seen a lot of stories, a lot of reposted stories. I didn't know you knew how to do that.
Yeah, I learnt.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But what's been happening, mate, the last couple of weeks?
What's been happening? Big news. Big news. I finally tried Baxter vodka.
Wow.
Finally tried Baxter vodka.
Okay, so do we have the 3 bottles?
Well, there was a couple of Player of the Match awards sitting on the bar cart. And so there's about 8 bottles down there from I think you got one of them, the rest were me.
Yeah.
None of them were from the 100th live show that we had there. They were all from Player of the Match awards. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not like I only got 2, Ashwin got 1, and then there was 4 or 5 left from the live show. No. They're all
Player of the Match.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Unless, you know that Pearl's End of Season event we had where me, you and Burnsy had a couple of events on beforehand and got stupidly intoxicated?
Yes.
The night of the bleach.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't suppose you'd know if I tried Baxter then. Maybe I don't have any news for you. Maybe I have already tried it.
I don't remember.
No, that's fine. Maybe I don't have any news for you, and that's okay, mate. How are you going? What's new? You've just got back from New Zealand the other day.
Yes.
How was that?
It was awesome, mate. It was so Cammy and I went to the North Island.
Yep.
So I've been South Island maybe 6-7 years ago, but never been in the North Island. So hired a car, did a massive sort of round trip kind of thing. The North Island,
nice.
It was good, mate. It was beautiful. We were there around Waitangi Day as well. So quite like a kind of special time to be there as well. So
Yeah, awesome.
it was all pretty good. I took down a couple of notes, mate, because I was a few things kind of took me off guard.
Just about New Zealand in general?
And I don't know if this was just my experience of it, that, you know, it's such a subjective thing. Like, I've just had one little experience, and it could be, I don't want to generalize, but just a few things that I found a bit strange.
So are you just, is this something you're going to start doing in your travels, just sort of documenting your thoughts? Have you done this for the show? Like, what's the vibe here?
I mean, I just thought it was, they just came to mind, and I was like, I got to talk to you about it.
Okay. Oh yeah, and you just thought this is the platform to do
this
it.
This is the perfect place to do it, and like, this is, you know, we're doing this once a fortnight now as well, and this is kind of like our catch up as well.
True. Yeah. I haven't spoken to you in 2 weeks, really.
Yeah. So a couple of things, mate. A couple of things that I just is it all right? Is it all right if I go through them, or?
Yeah, I don't have anything to talk about at the moment, so yeah,
Okay.
Please, the floor is yours. Is it all right we talk about?
First thing I noticed, the first night we were in Auckland.
Yep.
And the hotel, and this might just be a once-off thing at this particular hotel, so I don't know. But this hotel, in the shower, there was a roof. There was a roof over the shower.
What? A roof? So I'm trying to think what a normal shower looks like. So there's no
roof. So obviously you've got your ceiling of the bathroom, but normally showers are open at the top, right?
Yeah, or they go all the way up to the ceiling.
Yeah. This was like, no, just like not a booth, but like it had a roof on it, so all the steam and everything in the shower just stays in it.
So you showered in a steam room?
Well, kind of. At the start, I was like, it's actually not a bad idea, because, you know, that bit when you turn off the water and it's a bit cold when you get out of the shower.
Yeah.
It's like, well, at least you're warm. But you can't put the towel over the bloody thing, because the roof.
Yeah,
where do you hang your towel?
True.
And you can't put your towel in the shower. So it's kind of stupid, because then you've got to get out of the shower to get your towel.
Yeah.
So you get cold anyway. So anyway, that was my first observation.
Okay. And so was it just the one shower? Like, this isn't a thing in New Zealand? Or is it a thing in New Zealand?
I don't know. That was the only one that I encountered like that. So I just found it funny.
If you are a Kiwi and you are listening, is that a weird shower, or is that a normal shower, and showers here are weird?
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing that I noticed, lots of utes in New Zealand.
There's like more than here? Because there's a lot of utes here.
I swear there was like more than here.
Really?
Yeah. And all of them overtook me. And
well, that's not
news.
No, that's not news.
I won't say I was like speeding, but I was driving quite, you know, quickly.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And people would like you know, when you get a roadworks around here and there's 40 Ks and whatnot, there were roadworks there in New Zealand where it's like 30 Ks an hour is the speed limit. People were going at 80, genuinely 80.
Jesus.
And I was going at like 40 or 50, and people are right behind. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I don't. Again, I don't know if that's a normal thing in New Zealand, but it caught me off guard.
Yeah, well, I mean, all you can deal with is the evidence in front of you. So,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're saying, that's what you're saying.
Just generalising an entire country within the space of a week.
That's what we're here for every fortnight. Fine leg to full fortnight. Sorry, yeah. Any other observations?
On the theme of roads, or utes and travel and that sort of stuff, speed signs at very interesting locations. Like there'd be roadworks, for example, or and you'd have the end roadwork sign full speed sort of thing. But
Yep.
there'd be speed signs indicating that the speed was 100 just before like an intersection or before a roundabout, like 50 meters or less. So you'd see the sign and you'd think, oh yeah, I'll speed up here or whatnot. And then you'd have to immediately come to a standstill effectively because you're going into a roundabout.
I'm trying to think about where, like I'm trying like bigger roundabouts, like on like the South Gippy going towards Phillip Island, for example.
Yeah.
The roundabouts that are there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about where the speed limit signs are there in relation to the roundabout. I've never thought about it like that. That might be a really good point. Because like you're like, oh, I can speed up again, and I've died because I've gone through the roundabout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway,
mainly transport related observations there.
Yeah, they happen to be. Yes,
they are some of the roads of all time over in New Zealand. So we have plenty to run it back through. As we've mentioned, it has been a fortnight. It's been a full 2 weeks since we've recorded, as is the new norm.
Yep.
But we are going to be running it back all the way to earlier tonight. Because what I've spied with all four of my eyes is an opportunity to have a rant about Metro. More specifically, my commute home tonight.
New year, mate.
New year, new me. Same me, same Metro. So, we obviously recording this on the Tuesday. Yep. You'll remember, if you listen to this on the Thursday, you remember how hot it was earlier in the week. And for those of you who do know, I'm sorry that you do know, but when it gets too hot, Metro goes into shambles and they just can't function as a train service when it gets above 34 degrees. And so going into work this morning, I had a feeling, and I was texting Tash and I said to her, like, the trains to Savo are going to be shambles.
You called it.
So was it me speaking it into existence, or was it Metro just being Metro? I think a bit of both. But we're running it back to my commute home.
Yep.
Now, I was in a meeting for like 2.5 hours today, and I got back to my desk, and they were chatting in the row I'm sitting in, and someone's asked, "Oh, is anyone taking the train home?" And I'm like, "Yep, going. I know what's coming next."
Yeah.
One thing I hadn't seen for a while, if not ever, was next to certain lines it was saying suspended. Not major delays, just like suspended. Just
standstill. It's not moving at all. Yeah.
And that was because of the 15, 20-minute storm that we had today.
Yeah. Yep.
So got on the train. They were running to Caulfield, so I hopped on the train. Eventually had to change platforms because they weren't running on the platform they usually come through. Got to Caulfield.
So at how long are you waiting for at Richmond?
At Richmond, maybe 10 minutes at Richmond Station.
Okay. Yeah.
Hop on a train to Caulfield and barely squeeze on the train.
Yeah.
It's that fucking chockers.
Yep.
And stopping and starting between South Yarra and Caulfield.
Yeah.
Finally get to Caulfield.
Yep.
And we're coming up alongside the platform and the train's come to a stop. Doors haven't even opened yet, and we look out the windows and we can just see there's people all the way along the platform.
Yeah.
Right up against the window.
Like a sea of people.
Yep. Because people are trying to get onto the platform for some stupid reason. The trains weren't going anywhere. And there's like 8 trains worth of people trying to get off to get on these replacement buses.
So people are already at Caulfield waiting to get on trains that aren't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just shambolic. So it genuinely took me half an hour to get from the train door, off the platform, down the ramp and out of the station.
What?
Genuinely. All because there was a bit of wind or because there was a bit of wind. Yeah, I know. I'm going on. Yes. I still haven't forgiven them for the fact that they hit my car with one of the replacement buses, and
That's right.
got away. They got away with it. Like,
yeah.
My hands were tied.
Yeah.
It's just, yes, I know they can't control the weather.
No,
I get that.
they can't.
But they can control how they protect the train lines. They can control everything around to prevent a train falling.
Yep.
And just put up fucking high wall. I don't fucking know. I'm not an engineer.
Could control, avoiding a sea of people on a platform getting on trains that aren't going anywhere.
And this man is an engineer. So you can take that. You can take that to the bank. They're just such a shambolically run company, organization, branch of whatever the fuck it is, the Department of Transportation. And they seem to just get away with it. There's a few angry people like going at them on Twitter. Yep.
I wonder who.
Well, I'm part of that.
You're part of the community.
I'm honoured to be part of that community.
Yeah.
But they get away with it.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No.
I can't get over the fact that it took you half an hour to get from a train to out of this train station.
Yeah, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, I will look. Let me show you.
Like, was it like you waited half an hour without moving on the train, and then it cleared up, and then you walked out, or like you would crawl, like you would inching?
like crawl, like inch by inch. So that's the.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I end up posting this on Instagram,
that's insane.
I might not, because it's not that
exciting,
entertaining. But yeah, like there's absolutely no wiggle room.
Yeah.
No wiggle. So we're literally half an hour from arriving at the station.
Yeah.
And the doors opening.
Yeah. To
then getting down the ramp out of the station.
That's insane.
It was it's ridiculous. And they keep getting away with it. They pop posters up at the station saying, yeah, we've hit like 92% of our trains are on time.
On time, yeah.
Yeah, you're just cherry picking data to make it. Oh, mate, yeah. It's been a while since I've had a rant about PTV. It's been a hot minute. The camera's there. I keep
so we've decided to dedicate this entire episode to that, effectively.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute since we've done something we are, I'll say it, pretty good at.
Consulting.
Yeah. Yeah. So in this scenario, let's say that they have finally noticed the Twitter hating community.
Led by you.
Founded by me.
Founded and led by you, yes.
So what Metro have done is they've reached out to the podcast. They've dragged you into it.
They dragged me into it. Jeez.
Well, I'm the one who makes the noise and kicks up a sting, and you're the consultancy brain. So,
okay.
So they're like, we need the both of them.
Yeah. But
they reached out to the podcast and they've essentially said, why don't you try and do better? And that got us thinking, didn't it, mate? That got us thinking.
Yeah. I mean, well, it got us thinking about if we were in their shoes, right?
Yeah.
How would we run? Like they said, well, there's some things that you can't control.
There's not.
Like weather. We can't control the weather. There's some things that are just out of our hands. But I think it is very much about a mindset shift. That's something that I don't think they're getting. It's not about an investment in the infrastructure.
No.
Or blaming the weather. What's required is an attitude shift, which is why what we're going to be doing today is running through some reasons for cancelling a train that are funny enough to not get mad about.
They're going to have to be pretty good reasons because, you know me, I love a rant.
Yes.
I love a rant about PTV.
Yes, but you also love humour.
That is true.
Yeah.
I am a noted fan of humour. That is one of the rare qualities that I possess. It's not often found in everyday people.
Yep.
Yeah, the average Joe.
Yep.
Often hates humour.
Yeah. But it's one of your passions.
I'd say so. Yeah. So what are we doing? Reasons for cancelling a train that might be funny.
Yeah.
that you wouldn't. What other cricket podcast are you getting this kind of content from? All right, hit us with the first reason, mate.
Okay, so the first reason for why PTV or Metro, are we directing this rage at PTV or Metro or both?
Well, PTV is the whole of public transport in Victoria.
Yes,
but Metro Trains is
just the trains. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Yeah, how broad do you want to go?
Both.
We'll just scattergun everyone.
Yeah.
Fuck you, trams.
Everyone's
you know what you
did. So the first reason would be the train driver thought that there were replacement buses running. So maybe I'm assuming maybe the train driver's used to driving on the Pakenham Cranbourne line potentially.
Yeah.
Lots of bus replacements.
Yeah.
And just happened to pick the wrong day because
made the assumption on the one day that the trains were actually running. Now that he's not there.
Yeah.
It's you can't be mad at the train driver in that scenario.
Yeah,
it's a fair assumption to make.
Yeah, because everyone would automatically just be like, like you think about it and you're like, oh, you just assume that the bus replacements, and then
yeah,
it's relatable.
#relatable. Yeah.
You got another?
Me?
Yeah.
You want me to keep talking after that? Yeah. Okay. Another. What are we talking about? Another reason to cancel a train that would actually be funny enough to not get mad about. Now, this one goes back to COVID times.
Yes.
Now, inner city cafes are still complaining about the lack of people working in the office.
Yep.
That are there to support their business, not do any work.
Yep.
So we thought we'd just leave you stranded in the city for the evening. Go and support some local businesses in the city.
See, there's a bit of logic to that. I admire that. There's a bit of logic to that.
There's a bit of nerve as well, though, taking the high road to be like, no, it's on you to support these local businesses. Don't go home.
Yeah, how dare you? Are you turning your back on local business? Yeah. How dare you? We're supporting local business, and this is how we're doing it. This is how we're going about it. I do like that. Anything that's got a tiny bit of like, oh yeah, there's a little bit of a point there.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's not.
It's tiny. It's tiny.
That's a good one. Oh, I got another one. All the new trains were used on the other lines, and we didn't want to give you the old shitty ones, so we thought we'd wait for the new ones.
Again, that's sort of trying to take the high road a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
or trying to seem like they're doing you a favour.
Exactly, because it's like, well, we could have given you the old shitty ones, but you wouldn't want that, would you?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get home on time. It doesn't actually matter about the Cranbourne Pakenham line. You know, you're used to the high capacity trains.
Yeah, because I feel like Cranbourne Pakenham is very much the shift over the past couple of years, going from the worst, oldest trains to the new. It's kind of hard to go back as well. So that could add to the argument of being do you really want to go back to the old shitty trains that you used to deal with? No, probably not.
That's fair enough, because those trains are spot on. Like, they spent $2.3 billion on them, and that's no, genuinely they did. And you still can't fucking understand a word that's said over the fucking speaker system in them. Like, you just can't.
Yet it's so loud.
It's
like when I'm on the phone with anyone,
you can't hear.
They can't hear me. I can't hear them, but I still don't understand what's being said.
Nah, not at all.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Due to delays, this train will run directly through to Flinders Street. This is not going through a center loop.
Except times by 10.
Yep. Bit of clipping.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy editing that. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think that all the way through.
No, I meant clipping with when they announce as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean both. Yeah, both. Yeah, both. Yeah, no, for sure. Both. No, you're right. Is it me? Where are we? The camera's there. Why do I keep looking? I've got to. We're still sort of getting. This is only our second recording with recording this side of the room, so everything's sort of mirrored still. So if my eyes look like they're wandering, it's not going anywhere sus for those not watching on YouTube. Another reason for cancelling a train that might actually be funny enough to not get mad at is telling the commuters that all the train drivers rostered on for peak hour wanted to beat the evening rush, so all the trains left early. That one might be a tougher sell.
Slightly, I think.
Might be a tougher sell. But, I mean, that way they're not admitting that the trains were cancelled.
Yeah, it's getting on the front foot, isn't it?
It is.
Getting on the front foot and being a bit more sort of assertive and being like, no, we're actually not late.
You are.
You're late. Yeah. That's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Don't know how successful that one would be, but we're here to offer any advice. I think any advice will be taken.
Yep. It's the beauty of consulting.
Yeah.
You just recommend what you want and you charge whatever you want. Right? I don't know. I'm not an engineer.
So put a bit of a disclaimer in there as well, and then
yeah.
That's the key part of. Actually, we haven't done too much with disclaimers here, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
did you the work you did today, was there any billable hours attached to that?
There may have been, yeah, bits and pieces here and there, yeah.
Anyone from work listen?
Not anymore, I don't think.
Well, that's good. That's good. Good to know moving forward.
I've got another one here. So another reason for the trains either being delayed, cancelled, any of that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Not enough of you were standing behind the yellow line, so we just kept going.
I mean, the other reasons we were talking about were, getting on the front foot and, trying to be proactive. That just seems awfully defensive. Like it's, no, you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong.
Yeah, you're being very dangerous.
You're ignoring our safety warnings.
We're
ignoring you on the platform.
Yeah. Again, front foot. I like that. Being very assertive. And again, not sure how successful that one would be, but
if there's one thing PTV has taught us, it's that success doesn't matter. That might be another quote, that might be up there with it's not hard to not be a cunt. Yeah, if there's one thing PTV has taught us, it's that success doesn't matter. I've got one more.
Yep.
One more. That previous one was quite defensive. This one's definitely a little more defensive.
Okay.
The reason is just, it's not even a reason, it's just a response.
Yep.
It's how bad do you want to get home? If you're really serious about it, you'll figure it out. That's just sort of, we've got you home enough times.
Yeah.
It's about time you figure it out by yourself.
What was it? 92% or 98%?
Allegedly. Cherry picking data, I'm telling you.
We do that
skewed.
We do that 98% of the time. If you can't do it the other 2% of the time,
what's the point?
Is a decision review there is insufficient evidence to overturn the decision.
So, umpire's call. I don't think we've done this for a few weeks, months, perhaps.
Yeah, not this year.
Don't know.
Really?
Yeah. So our definitive statements, our big decisions, our calls.
Round out today's topic.
Yeah. And I think compared to Switch On or My Matt's Multi, I think this particular episode is more fitting of an umpire's call, I think. It's been a very, I don't want to say a ranty episode, but a very, an episode full of rants.
But not a ranty episode. It's important to note that. Yeah.
Okay, so my umpire's call. Do you want my?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're here for.
So, my umpire's call today is that metro trains should be bought out by a multi-billionaire.
Okay.
And maybe with a bit of a name change.
Was there a multi-billionaire you had in mind?
No, not really. But maybe Metro gets bought out and just changes the name of Metro to Y or something
Y.
like that. Yeah.
As in, why are you trying to get home via us? If you're really serious about going home, you'd figure it out by yourself. But you just wouldn't disclaim that was the full name.
No. Yeah. But
Yeah, beautiful.
yeah, just throwing it out there. Just another idea, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on board with it, having a bit of an overhaul.
Yeah, just clean sweep, get someone new in.
Yeah. Even a couple of consultants that are consulting.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it be.
Mm-hmm.
My umpire's call is sort of somewhat relevant to yours, I think.
Okay.
So the headline is, "There's no choice."
Okay.
That's in relation to the messages that they put over the trains that cost $2.3 billion, and yet you still can't understand a word that's said over the fucking speaker system. It's when they say things like, thank you for choosing to travel with Metro. It's like there's no choice. There is no choice.
Oh, so they should. You're saying they say thank you for choosing.
If there was a choice, I'd sure as shit not be traveling with Metro.
Yeah.
If there was another train provider.
Yeah. Bit of competition.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it needs.
Yeah. Just Uber with trains.
Oh yeah. Like I've seen like screenshots like Uber helicopter. You were like a Uber train.
Yeah. Something like that. Or just private jet.
Private. Yeah. Glenn Maxwell scored 120 off 58 balls the other day. That's the cricket alarm. There you go. We've spoken about cricket this week.
Look at that.
This canvas on the wall behind, I think this is going to sort of stay as a shrine of our origin.
Yep.
Like, because I think we're never going to change the name of the podcast. Obviously, we've mentioned we are going to be steering away from the little footy and cricket we have spoken about, right?
Yeah.
I think for those of you who were at the live show or listened to it at any point, be aware of some of the ideas we had for podcasts before we started this one. So I think it's exciting to sort of dive into that. But it's always going to be flittive.
Of course.
Like we've had 100 odd episodes talking about the things we talk about, and it's definitely going to be there. And if fucking hell, there's nothing stopping us. If we've got a really absolute belter of an old school cricket episode that we can absolutely
absolutely, like it's and we've spoken about it off as well when we talk about it's not we don't want to restrict ourselves to cricket and footy. We equally don't want to restrict ourselves to not do cricket and footy as well. So it's just whatever feels comfortable.
Yeah. Which brings me to the next question. How do we want to change the sign off? Like how are we going to be signing off?
Oh, that's a good one.
Do we say keep cancelling trains? Nah, surely the sign off has to stay the same.
I think
as another shrine to where we've come from.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it's especially like keep kicking goals is just so.
That's how it started out as.
Yeah. Or keep hitting sixes as well.
Keep hitting sixes. Keep cancelling 6 p.m. trains. Sixes in there. Nah, finish it off, mate. Finish it off.
Keep hitting sixes.